BELAL bin RABAAH, the sneering at horror.
Whenever Umar ibn al-Khattab mentioned Abu Bakr, he would say, "Abu Bakr is our master and the emancipator of our master." That is to say, Belal. Indeed, the man to whom Umar would give the agnomen "our master" must be a great and fortunate man. However, this man, who was very dark in complexion, slender, very tall, thick-haired, and with a sparse beard, as described by the narrators, would hardly hear words of praise and commendation directed at him and bestowed bountifully upon him without bending his head, lowering his eyelids, and saying with tears flowing down his 2 cheeks, "Indeed, I am an Abyssinian. Yesterday I was only a slave." So who is this Abyssinian who was yesterday only a slave? He is Belal ibn Rabah, the announcer of the time of Muslim prayer and the troublemaker to the idols. He was one of the miracles of faith and truthfulness, one of Islam's great miracles. For out of every 10 Muslims, from the beginning of Islam until today and until Allah wills, we will meet 7, at least, who know Belal. That is, there are hundreds of millions of people throughout the centuries and generations who know Belal, remember his name, and know his role just as they know the 2 greatest caliphs in Islam, Abu Bakr and Umar. Even if you ask a child who is still in his first years of primary school in Egypt, Pakistan, Malaysia, or China, in the 2 Americas, Europe, or Russia, in Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Iran, or Sudan, in Tunis, Algeria, or Morocco, in the depth of Africa and in the mountains of Asia, in every place on the earth where Muslims reside, you can ask any Muslim child, "Who is Belal, child?" He will answer you, "He was the muezzin of the messenger, and he was the slave whose master used to torture him with hot burning stones to make him apostatize." But instead he said, "1. Whenever you consider this enduring fame that Islam bestowed upon Belal, you should know that before Islam this Belal was no more than a slave who tended herds of camels for his master for a handful of dates. Had it not been for Islam, it would have been his fate to remain a slave, wandering among the crowd until death brought an end to his life and caused him to perish in the profoundest depths of forgetfulness. However, his faith proved to be true, and the magnificence of the religion which he believed in gave him, during his lifetime and in history, an elevated place among the great and holy men of Islam. Indeed, many human beings of distinction, prestige, or wealth have not obtained even 1/10 of the immortality which Belal the Abyssinian slave gained. Indeed, many historical figures were not conferred even a portion of the fame which has been bestowed upon Belal. Indeed, the black color of his complexion, his modest lineage, and his contemptible position among people as a slave did not deprive him, when he chose to embrace Islam, of occupying the high place which his truthfulness, certainty, purity, and self-sacrifice qualified him for. For him, all this would not have been on the scale of estimation and honor except as an astonishing occurrence when greatness is found where it could not possibly be. People thought that a slave like Belal, who descended from strange roots, who had neither kinfolk nor power, who did not possess any control over his life, but was himself a possession of his master who had bought him with his money, who came and went amid the sheep, camels, and other livestock of his master. They thought that such a human creature would neither have power over anything, nor become anything. But he went beyond all expectations, and possessed great faith that no one like him could possess. He was the first muezzin of the messenger and of Islam, a position which was aspired to by all the masters and nobles of the Quraysh who embraced Islam and followed the messenger. Yes, Belal ibn Rabah. Oh, what valor and greatness are expressed by these 3 words, Belal ibn Rabah.